Hi there, my name is Tonderai. I am the writer of The Moors. What inspired me to write The Moors? I think my love of Shakespeare. I fell in love with Shakespeare when we were doing A-levels and we were studying King Lear. And I just loved how political it was, but also how spiritual it was and how brilliantly focused on the family it also could be and how much it was about fathers and sons. So that was my beginning of falling in love with Shakespeare, and I've worked with Shakespeare my whole career. So specifically, what inspired me to write The Moors was my own experiences of being an actor in the industry. Some of the things that were concerning me about stereotypes and about black representation. I also just wanted to talk about migration, what it means to leave home, what it means to go somewhere and try and make it there. A lot of people have those experiences, so I just thought that they'll be perfect. I wanted to incorporate the black characters in Shakespeare's plays, so the Prince of Morocco, Othello, and Aaron in Titus Andronicus. And I felt that one of the things that they all had in common, apart from being black men, was the fact that they were foreigners in a land. So that was my beginning in my process of writing The Moors. Performing The Moors was absolutely fantastic. It's not every day that as a writer you're able to perform in a play that you've written and that you have a character that's very similar to you that you're performing and that you have a dialogue with the audience. So when you pick up The Moors, the play script, you will find that there's an interval and we've provided with you some questions of how to really engage an audience, at least what we did when we were performing the play. And it was absolutely spellbinding. So as a writer to be on stage talking to an audience on a part that I'd written that was so similar to mine with my very, very, very good friend Tunji Lucas was just really unforgettable. A part of me wants to do it all over again, but hopefully we get to do it soon. But I encourage anyone to pick it up and to make it their own and to perform it and to have a dialogue with their own audiences as well. In terms of what the teachers could benefit from in terms of my experience of the play that I can share, I think that it is written in the iambic pentameter in terms of the monologues. I think it's a 5-act structure, which is very much like some of the comedies. So Two Gentlemen of Verona is a reference point in terms of the structure of the play. As You Like It is a reference point for the structure of the play. So there is something in that 5-act Shakespearean structure and how perhaps if you look at it through The Moors as a play script, you might be able to access it a little bit more easily because it's colloquial and it's set in the modern day. But in a way, an introduction to that is also an introduction to Shakespeare's work because I have written this play, The Moors, as a homage to Shakespeare. So the monologues are there, the pentameter is there, the blank verse is there, the images, the metaphors are there. So hopefully it's a beginning of a new love affair with Shakespeare through the eyes of a migrant writer such as myself. I also have in the play script some questions for you at the back that you could ask yourselves in terms of reading the play to yourselves or to each other and ask yourself questions that are pertinent to the play, pertinent to the world we live in, and also perhaps an introduction to some of the themes that Shakespeare talks about. I also think that for teachers, what is invaluable, or at least I hope it is the information we've given at the back of the play. So information around adapting your own plays, adapting your own Shakespearean plays. Also some information about devising. How do you go about devising a play? I think that if you're a sixth former and you're having to think about perhaps submitting a devised piece, how do you go about it? It's all at the back of the play script because I thought when I was growing up, I would have wanted that kind of detail to help me on my journey of devising. But of course, you can reach out to me at any time at thisismyshow@hotmail.com. Just email me and I'll email you right back.